Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another Gunpla review, and today's something I've wanted for a long time, and of course that is the master grade Jesta cannon. If you're like me and you want some Bandai but find it hard to come by, especially older kits like this, then of course you can check out Zenmarket. Zenmarketplace, which is a proxy buying site, and when I did live in Japan, I bought all my Gunpla from Amazon. It's quick, easy, and it's pretty damn good for Bandai kits if you want them. So once again, there will be a link in the description and the pinned comment to check those guys out. But anyway, on to the review. Without a single doubt, the standard version of the Jesta is the coolest version of a gym ever made. Hands down, full stop. Well, that was until it got upgraded to the Jesta cannon right here, which is an even cooler variant. And just to show how much I love this thing, I did have the high grade, and that was the first and only ever kit that I customized. It didn't turn out so well, so it went right in the garbage. But anyway, I did try. Actually, winding back, 7, 8 years, I did mean to review the actual Jesta. I did feature it in a video, and honestly, back then I judged this in a very terrible way. This kit right here is extremely simple for a master grade, and compared to the master grades that were coming out at that time, especially the unicorn ones, this felt very basic, I guess. Well, all I can say is joke's on me. This is the only unicorn master grade I've ever built that stood the test of time. And the master grade Jesta is fantastic. Everything else I had fell apart. Literally fell apart. Delta Plus fell apart. Master grade unicorn fell apart. This mammoth of a kit right here fell apart. And the only one still standing now is the Jesta. But today we're not talking about the standard version of the Master Grade Jesta. We're talking about the Premium Bandai Master Grade Jesta cannon. Essentially, this is exactly the same kit with some add-on runners. The main differences are the grey parts that we see on the knees, skirting armor, left arm, shoulders, upper torso, and that massive cannon unit around on the back. All in all, this thing is an absolute Master Grade beauty. Personally, I think this is the best, if not one of the two best looking gym master grades. The other one, of course, is the Gym Dominance, also Bandai. And just for good measure, I'm going to throw in what I think is the best looking standard release of a gym, and that's the Master Grade Gym Sniper 2. But none of those are dark, bulky, and awesome like the Jesta cannon. So now moving on to the accessories, and here's the Jesta cannon with everything the box and manual says that comes with it. I will throw these in as well. These are the extras, and just to get those out of the way, I will mention that this bag right here contains all the leftover parts. And in case you're wondering, no, you cannot make a full color accurate standard Jesta out of this box because they swapped some of the colors. But we do get a couple of interesting extras, which I will talk about as I'm going through these. So first off, I will mention the manipulators in here. These are those perfect grade style hands. So these are fully posable, but at the same time, incredibly delicate. I'm always curious, what kind of hands do you guys like the best? I'm on the fence, they're all good for different reasons. Well, except for one style, which suck. So I want to know, which style do you guys like the best? So I'm throwing a poll up there right now. So which do you like? The perfect grade style hands we see here? Those swappable finger style hands we see in a lot of kits nowadays, including the Seed, Wing, and Age kits? Or how about those ones where we've got the 3 fingers attached, free index and free thumb, which we would have seen with 00, as well as some earlier master grades? Let me know now up there, and I'll mention it in the next video. Next up and onto the weapons, and this right here is one of the most insane looking beam rifles I have ever seen. This thing means business. In this box you do have the option to build this version or the standard version, but because of the odd way that the runners have been made for this, split up into different colors. For example, we get 2 variants of some of the parts of Runner G, and the same goes for the runner which the rifle comes on. We get 2 variants, one in a dark grey, one in a light grey. So that does mean we can build a second one of these rifles. This won't be color accurate, it is in the light grey. There is no polycap, so the sight will have to be glued on, and the little handle that's down on the underside only comes in a dark grey. But honestly, you can paint this or just leave this color. And honestly, when a kit comes with a full extra weapon in there, I don't care what color it is. That is awesome. That dark grey, light grey color thing also affects the magazines you get in here. So you do get 3 standard colored magazines for the beam rifle and 3 of those light grey ones. These can all slot into the back of the arm, but that doesn't really make any sense because this rifle doesn't take those magazines. It actually takes a big, broad box style magazine, not these. So why he's storing those ones in there? No idea. Either way, if you do build the standard version of the beam rifle, At least then, it'll make some sense. Next up in here we have one beam saber, so we do have a beam left over in this box. But unlike the standard version of the Jesta, this cannot be stored on the back of the left arm. We do have another equipment option in this kit. Instead of the cannons up here on the back, you can build the backpack the standard way, which includes the awesome fully articulated retractable shoulder shield. This is what it looks like right here on the standard version of the Jesta, and of course this right here is what the Jesta cannons backpack looks like. Personally, I had to go for the cannons. As for the last couple of things in the box, we've got your standard base adapter, your 1/100 pilot figure, a very nice sheet of water slide decals, looking good, and finally then we've got this tiny little sheet of stickers. Number 1 goes on here, number 2 goes on here, and as for number 3, they go on the top sections here of this cannon, but honestly, I think it looks fine without them. And I will mention right here that you can use this kit with one of Bandai's LED units. Sadly, none is included, but to use it, you just pop off the backpack, stick it in the back of the neck here, and that is what it will look like with an orange LED unit. So now moving on to the articulation, and as always, from the head down. So the head is just a basic ball joint, so down and up. More than likely, this is so basic because it's got a light piping neck. We've got some side to side tilt there, and I assume this can go, yep, all the way around. Inside the shoulder here, this can move out towards the back like so. The shoulder there, somewhat independent to the arm. There is the arm all the way up. There is that full rotation. Rotation here at the upper arm. There is the bend at the elbow, and that is perfect. As for the wrist, ball and socket here. Hinge there. Hinge right there, and we saw all those fingers already. Ab crunch forward and back like so, side to side there. As for that rotation, this is all you're gonna get. We have a fully opening cockpit with that pilot figure sitting right in there. Front skirting armor up, a little bit blocked. Same goes for the side skirt, but we do have front and back. This grenade section opens up like this, but those grenades aren't separate, so they can't really be removed. Around back here, we've got a mech double premium butt flap. Inside the waist, we do have this movable hip joint here, but I will mention this is not that great of a design. It does move from the top down to the front slightly, but the way you have to try and twist this down, you're just asking to break the peg in the leg. It just doesn't feel good at all. So there it is, moved slightly towards the front. It's almost like you have to wind it back up to the top, and honestly, it just isn't that great of a design. You're asking to break the peg in the leg if you mess around with that too much. I can see why they did this once and never again. Regardless, this does very little, and that's all you're gonna get as a kick up to the front. There we go, out to the back. And with those side skirts moved out of the way, this right here is what you're gonna get for the split. So the full split, get out of the way. The full splits right there. This is with that rotating hip joint moved all the way to the top. This is with it moved down slightly. So it does get you some extra articulation, but at a bit of a price. The price is potential breakage. As for the rotation of the upper leg, they didn't split the armor, so that's all you get here. There is that bend at the knee. Oh, that's rough. Wait, no, the knee pulls down ever so slightly to give you a bit more. Actually, a lot more. That's actually nice. So once again, that joint right there can pull out like so, giving you more. At the ankle here, we have a double ball joint system, one here, one down here. So that means you get your ball joint action up here and some more ball joint action down here. The toes don't bend, so let's check out the movement. And there's that leg all the way to the front, not too bad. All the way out to the back, pretty much the same and pretty good. And all the way side to side, and you can't really ask for much more than that. Pretty good. So all in all, build-wise and posability-wise, this is pretty good all round. It is no gym sniper too, but for something so big and so bulky, not too bad. Whoops, almost forgot. Cannons can move up and down just like this right here. So that is it for the review, and unlike any other master grades I've ever seen from Gundam Unicorn, this one does something all of those didn't. This holds up. That's why I'm making a bit of a special exception here for this kid, and the Master Grade Jesta Cannon is gold tier. Same goes for the standard Jesta. The reason I say this is an exception is because gold tier is for master grades that break the mold. Kits that do something above and beyond what's expected. For your standard master grade that hits all the right marks, that is standard master grade level, that's usually silver tier, but this just slightly ekes in to gold tier. The reason I say that is, once again, because this dominates over all other master grade unicorn kits. On top of that, it does have some better than standard master grade style features. For example, it can be used with an LED unit, sold separately, and it does have those fully posable perfect grade hands. On the whole, everything else is pretty much awesome. The posability for the most part, as well as the build quality, are all top notch. It does get a little bit blocked. Well, the Jesta cannon does get a little bit blocked as its side skirts don't lift up because they're heavily armored, but this is not the case with the standard version of the Jesta. The standard version of the Jesta, and this one as well, both feature that absolutely awesome, fully articulated shoulder shield, which I love, and all in all, there really isn't another master grade gym style suit with this level of absolute, downright awesome coolness. It just looks sick. The accessories in here are awesome. The ability to build both versions of the backpack, the ability to build both versions of the beam rifle, also as well as that extra beam rifle that comes included on the other runners. But now I'm starting to ramble a little bit. What can I say? Jesta equals awesome, period. It's just so damn cool. Anyway, if you do want the standard version, you can probably get that, well, anywhere. But if you're looking for some Bandai, especially ones which are a little bit on the older side and hard to get, then there's a link down there in the description. You can have a bit of a search over at Zenmarket. But anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews, and I'll see you next time.